Here's a song about an old record store. It's funny how it used to be a nostalgic thing, and now it's just become a cool thing again, right? We had a record store in Newburyport, Massachusetts that I used to go to. It was called Gilmore East. One time I was in there, and this guy said to me, "Hey kid, you got a car?" And I said, "Yeah, well, I didn't have a car, but I had a friend who had a car, and that's pretty much when you're 16. Yeah, I got a car."
Same thing.
And he said, "Well, over at Building 19, does anybody remember Building 19? So Building 19 was this warehouse where all the fire sale stuff was.
And 5/8.
He said, over at Building 19 in Haverhill, there is a bunch of cassettes of this band called the Shocking Blue. 10 points to whoever knows what their big hit was.
Venus.
Venus, that's right, and Venus was her name, right?
Venus?
It's like,
Good job, Chris.
something like that, right? Oh, yeah. So he says, "Here's $50. I want you to go get as many of those cassettes as you can get." So I go over to Building 19, and I said to the guy, "How many cassettes do you have of the Shocking Blues greatest hits?" And he said, "We have a box of 500 of them." And I said, "I'll give you $50 for all of them." And he said, "Okay, I'll do it." And I brought him back 500 cassettes of the Shocking Blue. Which I think I got them for, is my math correct, 10 cents a piece,
Yeah.
right? But I was a little afraid that he was going to be like, "You spent the whole $50, you know? But he was really happy because he said, "All I have to do is sell like 10 of them for $10 a piece, and you double my money." And he did, and now he has 490 cassettes of the Shocking Blue. Which is probably just a few less cassettes than Rob has in his basement.
It's like half as many, if on a good day.
Did I mention that Rob and I went to high school together? And he might have been on that trip with the ghost. Saw her by the cutout bin. She was thumbing through LPs as I came in. It was nothing but new stuff she'd been looking for. Shaggy bangs and drawn-on jeans, a German army jacket fraying at the seams. I was mystified like nothing I'd seen before. So Saturday morning, come 11 to 12, I was down in the shop, scanning the shelves, dropping all my money on records and the Rolling Stone. Dropping all my money on records and the Rolling Stone. Well, she hung out in the late night halls, listening to Lou Reed and the New York Dolls, and smoking those Euro trash clove cigarettes. Well, I was holed up in my blacklight room with my LEDs cutting through the teenage gloom, listening to